Now I know why we walk by faith and not by sight. Because whenever I walk by sight, I realized I was living my life as a tourist, only moving based upon what it looks like, taking mental photographic images of what I perceive, and if one picture's worth 1,000 words, then I guess I have a whole lot to say about what I see. But faith comes by hearing, so it seems that out of our 5 senses, we rely on our sight, and that's senseless since this world's visible attributes were brought into existence by the invisible. And if you want to be a good student, then you better listen to this principle, that we don't put our hope in our visual. Because if we did, we would all be modern day Habakkuk's, asking the Lord, how long must I call for help before you answer? And how can you allow my eyes to look on injustice? And why do you tolerate evil and deceit? For oppression and violence are right in front of me. Homosexuality is ongoing, abortion escalates, surrounded by vanities, consumed with temptations, fantasies, and I used to have a Love Jones for this world, but now it seems that all I have is an Indiana Jones in this temple of doom with booby traps like I'm a Goonie. But Goonies never say die, but I've been dying hard like Bruce Willis daily. Afflictions like labor pains, giving birth to illegitimate babies. I call them tests and trials. But God bless the child who puts his hand to the plow and doesn't look back. Because what we see is enough to distract us from walking by faith toward the one who's matchless. And I know there's something about Mary, but there's something much more about the child that she carried. He died, went to heaven to intercede on our behalf before God, and now he's preparing a place for us to reside. And after the rapture, we'll see New Jerusalem walls, 144 cubits of pure jasper, golden foundation, transparent like crystal, descending from heaven. That's what it says in the epistles. And I know you're discouraged because all you see is pistols. Politicians discuss going overseas with missiles. So you ask me, how do I escape this worldly issue? Well, see, I often leave this world and I go to another place. As I close my eyes and I bow my head, I enter the throne of grace. And I cast my cares and anxieties, addictions, and I tell God my non-fiction afflictions I've been in. Because in prayer, me and God connect without Wi-Fi. I just cry out, Abba Father, and we communicate like something you seen on a sci-fi channel. And even if my words are scrambled, my words are scrambled, I begin to groan and make sounds that only God knows. And he begins to decipher my groans like it was the Morse code. And it's only natural that the enemy is baffled because he didn't predict that my God was good at Scrabble. So after we exchange dialogue, I begin to ponder on what I'm dying for. Dig beneath my afflictions and there's the Lord. Roll dipped in blood as a receipt for the sin I couldn't afford. And his name was written on his thigh as a signature because he always co-signs for God and his eyes. His eyes wasn't black, blue, or green, so we could debate his ethnicity or biological frame, but his eyes had power, only described with flames. See, we see differently. Yes, we are afflicted, but he was wounded for our iniquities. Say, we see differently. Yes, we experience pain and we're affected by sin, but we see differently because we focus our eyes on him.